So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Good Vibes Only podcast. Today's guest is a true example of reinvention and fearless growth, a high achiever from her early days. She built an exceptional corporate career with leading organizations like Bharti Airtel and Max Life, earning prestigious recognitions including President's Award and Six Sigma Black Belt. But what makes her journey truly inspiring is a bold pivot from corporate success to entrepreneurship. Driven by purpose, she founded a preschool that quickly became one of Bhopal's most loved institutions. And today, her vision continues to grow through ventures in education, sports, infrastructure, and beyond. A passionate learner, creative thinker, and proud mom of two, her story reminds us that we are never limited to one path. So let's invite and welcome the inspiring Ritu Jarolia. Hi, Ritu.
Hello, Parul, and good
How are
evening, everyone.
you?
I'm good. How
Good
are you?
evening. Good. I'm absolutely fine. So it's great to connect with you on this platform. So, how is
Same.
it going?
It's going
How are
fine.
you?
It's going
Yeah.
hectic, but it's going fine. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every bit of that hectic work. So,
Okay. So let's start our conversation today because you are one inspiration who has always been a thinker out of the box. So I'm sure this podcast today is going to highlight the brighter side of your personality along with how moving out of the comfort zone can give you new way of living as well. So Ritu, as I know you since long and I have been associated with you, you were always a very good student. You excelled in academics, a very good sports person. Then you entered corporate life. वहां पे भी तुमने बहुत ही बढ़िया किया. You have proved your talent everywhere you have been. And then धीरे धीरे करके you started and moved towards this new level altogether. That's entrepreneurship. So I want to understand that what belief about yourself helped you to stay limitless. Means how come you switched from one place to the other, and with such confidence I see you working at this platform also. So what was that thing which made you take those instant steps in your life?
thank you for all that appreciation, Parul. No, but I don't consider myself to have achieved so much as you've mentioned. But still, I would like to share my journey, what it has been through. It has not been so smooth. But yes, you mentioned that it was very easy for me to switch from one platform to other, but it is not. It was not so easy. There were like times when I was like apprehensive, was like I had a lot of fear. So but it was a journey, of course. But it started from my childhood. Let me tell you about my childhood. They say when जब मैं छोटी थी, so मेरे parents they used to believe in me. They gave me a lot of confidence and courage. Even my teachers in school, maybe I was allowed to speak in front of the audience, or whether my teachers used to believe in me, they used to give me opportunities. So when I was small, I always had this thought that when people start believing in you, before you start believing in yourself, that changes the entire mindset. Then that gives you confidence and courage. So that was the foundation that was I brought that I was brought up with. And especially my parents, they took a lot of initiatives, where I could get that kind of confidence. So I think it was from childhood I started my journey, and then gradually I was also the head girl of the school, and then many other opportunities came up where I realized, okay, no, I'm good in a leadership kind of a role, and that made me a good orator and a public speaker. So eventually, confidence crept in. But yes, no, from one platform to another, it's never been easy. No, I had my own challenges at that point of time, and but yeah. So, but one thing is always keeping that up is like no the ability to learn and grow. So, मैं हमेशा कोशिश करती हूँ कि I should learn new. So even I have multiple businesses right now, but I always focus on learning. So now I have undertaken a course in AI. Every Sunday I have I have to attend that workshop. So no matter what, I attend that. So I take up the new courses and new challenges, and I think that's it. Like you should never stop growing, this or never stop learning also. So that should be a continuous process.
So that being a learner from the beginning till now has added on to your personal journey and to the growth which you see. ये आई थिंक वही सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर रहा है तुम्हारी लाइफ का.
सबसे
सो
ज्यादा
डेफिनेटली. हाँ.
Yes, of course. Then you should never. You should like take it as a learning. So never take it as a destination. कि आपको यहाँ पहुँचना है. Then always take it as a journey. So no, it's like you should always learn. You should never limit your mind कि मेरे को बस इतना ही करना है. No? So think beyond the out of the box thinking होनी चाहिए. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. सो ऋतु, एज आई एम अ लाइफ कोच, और जैसे मैं लोगों के साथ जितना ज्यादा इंटरेक्ट करती हूँ, आई फाइंड दैट पीपल आर स्टक इन देयर ओन आइडेंटिटी, और उनको वो शिफ्ट, उनका वो कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकलना बहुत मुश्किल लगता है. It's easy said than done. I'm sure you would also believe in that, because अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं, now you have reached to a platform, तो it's, when you look back you see, yes, you have traveled a long journey, but when you are going in that process, in that grind, it's always not that easy. तो वो डर जरूर होता है. So as you shifted from one field to the other, and everywhere you saw success, कहीं ना कहीं जो भी तुमने किया, यू वर सक्सेसफुल इन योर ओन वे. सो कभी तुम्हें डर नहीं लगा कि यहाँ से अब नया एक स्टेप लेंगे, लाइक लिव इन द कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड, एंटरिंग एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप ऑल टुगेदर, टोटली डिफरेंट फील्ड. सो कोई डर, कोई
No,
ऐसा
I had,
एहसास?
I had initially I had a lot of fears. Parul, I was at that role, leadership role, where I was getting a good package. I was at a top leadership position over there. And at one point of time, when I left Max Life Insurance, no, there were layoffs. No, like लोगों को निकाला जा रहा था उस company से. And I was one of the employees among the top 5% of the employees who were retained. I was sent to XLRI for the MDP programs, and they also gave me a lot of good bonus amount to retain me because now they could sense कि employees अब डर के जाएंगे, so they retained me as a thing. So I was at the peak of my career. So I never have regrets कि at that point of time, no, I was the one of the best positions in the company. तो मुझे ना अभी वो उसका रिग्रेट नहीं है कभी कि मैंने कभी ना उस टाइम पे छोड़ा वो जॉब जब मुझे कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं थी इंटरनली. तो वो कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज्यादा था कि मुझे काफी लोगों ने मना किया. माय बॉसेस ने स्टॉप मी. They told me कि नहीं आप like you are taking a wrong decision. Almost everybody around me, even my husband for that matter, or for my parents or anyone, they told me कि अभी आप no you are at a top leadership position and any fool will do that कि आप इतना पैकेज छोड़ के I know you're moving to a completely new venture. You're moving to a smaller town, Gurgaon and NCR. I was leaving and then I was coming to Bhopal. So I was feeling scared inside. कि अब क्या होगा, no, like because I am answerable to most of them. What if I don't succeed? No, what if I take up this venture and don't succeed? मैं कैसे बोलूंगी इनको, no, like that was my right decision and all. But somehow I think some calling was there. I had decided this when I was studying that I'll just no मैं सिर्फ 10-12 साल काम करूंगी उसके बाद I'll do something on my own. That was already decided. Exactly 12 years के बाद I decided to start this venture, and it has been good. So धीरे धीरे with success coming in, the fear faded away. So no, that's like, so when you taste the success, no, वो डर चले जाता है. पर ठीक है, डर होता है, हर होना भी चाहिए actually. So when every
एक्चुअली.
you are starting, yes, yes, yeah,
सो समटाइम्स आई फील वो जो थोड़ा सा जो डर होता है ना, वो आपको ऑन टोज भी रखता है.
बिल्कुल.
Because as you said, you are answerable to people, and definitely you are scared, but that scare should not become the part of your life. It should be there to motivate you more. तब
Yes,
तक
yes,
का डर जो है ना, वो आपको on toes रख के it keeps on moving. So now, as you mentioned, you were on a very high post, you left at the peak of your career.
yeah, right.
Normally यहाँ पे आके लोग अपना गेम सेफ खेलते हैं. सो और
Hmm.
तुमने बहुत ही अनकन्वेंशनल पाथ चूज किया. So how important it is to take this unconventional path when everyone is playing safe? How important it is, और ये ऐसा करने
Right.
की हिम्मत भी कैसे आती है कि ये मैं ऐसे आउट ऑफ द ट्रैक जाके आई लीव द जॉब, द ड्रीम जॉब. फॉर मेनी पीपल इट वुड बी द ड्रीम जॉब you left at that peak
I
time.
think let me take you back to my career, how it started. So I was doing my MBA, and in one of the internships project, I got an offer from Airtel to do the internship, summer internships. There, I developed a software which their engineers were not able to develop. So I developed that. It was about 45 days to I think 2 months internship period. I developed and I joined back my college. So as soon as I completed my, no, I that day was my last day of exam, and I just got a call from Airtel supervisor. He said that we have a project for you, so would you able to join? Obviously, you know, you're looking for a placement, and when Airtel is calling, so I went there. They gave me this project to handle. It was an intranet site that they wanted me to develop, and they had this policy, Parul, ki, they never recruited, the freshers were never recruited, no, other than the IIMs or the topmost business schools, they never recruited freshers from anywhere else. So they told me that, okay, this is your temporary kind of a setup, you'll be a trainee, no, and we have given you a project. So I started developing that, and first criticism that I faced, I know it was a reality check. Actually, I was so confident. I was so confident in my IT background and the way I used to develop the coding part and all other things. So they gave me a completely new platform to work on. I struggled there, but when my IT manager came for the first review, he said that I'm so sorry, we have made a wrong decision. You're not capable of handling this project alone because what is this? We cannot see anything which is coming up. And I was always, I was in tears. So, but I took it as a challenge and I said, so okay, give me 1 week's time. I'll come up with something or some alternative with this. And after 1 week, when I presented that, the entire internet site structure and everything to him, he stood up and applauded for me. Said, wonderful. Like, so that was a challenge I took that time. That was very initial. And then it got developed, and somehow it also received the best project award across Bharti Airtel. So, and it was inaugurated by the top management, the CEOs, and everybody came in. So, that was the first success. Then they made me permanent. I took knowledge management. The second challenge came up when I was already established in a particular job role, IT roles specific. Or this time 2002, it was IT boom and a lot of things were happening. A lot of people were going into IT and all. So I had a personal choice. I will stick to information technology for that matter. There was one person, like one boss of mine. We introduced knowledge management in Bharti. So knowledge management is all about basically sharing of best practices and replication. So what we do is like we just share the best practices, and instead of reinventing the wheel, we focus on replicating. So no, why to waste time when someone else has already done that? That was a completely new field, and it was all ज्ञान ज्ञान था बहुत ज्यादा नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट में आना. तो मुझे वैसे भी समझ में आता आईटी में बिल्कुल मुझे कोडिंग की लैंग्वेज समझ में आती थी. तो एंड so he told me that okay, IT to सब कुछ जाने, it's a more of a crowded place. So you try something unconventional. You go into knowledge management, and there are very few professionals in India who are into KM. So you go and try that thing. I was apprehensive. मैं अपने HR manager से जाके नहीं मुझे नहीं जाना KM and all. But somehow, thankfully, I went to this role and it gave me a lot of success because I then realized what is the importance of KM for an organization, and we could show the results. So that's how my journey started. So maybe taking an unconventional role, like no, both ways. Like one was I was not able to develop the internet side, and then I took it as a challenge. Second was I was already comfortable in a particular department, and I shifted from there. So, but it definitely helped. So no, like so I
So
think
you had been always a daring type.
that's been the right decision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
तो ड्यूरिंग योर करियर मतलब बहुत सारे तुम्हें एक्कोलेड्स भी मिले, बहुत सारे अवार्ड्स भी मिले, बिग माइलस्टोन्स यू अचीव्ड.
Right.
सो ये जो सक्सेस का ग्राफ जिस तरह से ऊपर जा रहा था,
Huh.
definitely I'm sure it might have given you that confidence. So when you were exploring these new possibilities in your life? Because as you said ki you were given this new venture to explore and multiple things. So isme, was it out of curiosity or out of confidence that you wanted to try it better, or you wanted to move ahead and see how this new venture takes me forward? Because I want to understand ki what is the mindset of an achiever, because normally people, they think twice to take a new role like this. As you said, it was unconventional. So वहां
Mm,
जाने से पहले दो बार हम सोचते हैं, and we always
right.
want to play safe in the space where corporate में तो वैसे कट थ्रोट कंपटीशन है. So उस जगह पे I want to understand that how your mind worked as Ritu at that time. Was it out of curiosity, or was it that confidence which boosted to pick up these opportunities?
So it definitely made me more confident. Obviously, getting that award, and that was also given to one individual. So normally those awards were given to a group of people. Like, so it's best team
Hmm.
award. So it
Team and
was
all.
given to a individual for the first time. That was a history created in Bharti. But what happens is, like, obviously it gave a huge validation. Know that I'm doing the right thing, and no, I'm like moving in the right direction. But with confidence and that kind of recognition, I there was more visibility. Now, no, with that recognition, people started recognizing me. People started, okay, she's Ritu. So visibility came. To visibility ke baad, no, there were more expectations. Now they were, okay, why did she achieve? Why did she get the president's award? Let us see that. So there were more challenges after that. So
Hmm.
visibility जब आई और उसके बाद no expectation बहुत बढ़ गई काफी ज्यादा. No, so I was like, there was a lot of work. I used to go home. I used to reach home at 11 or 12. So a lot of, so they gave me the e-learning project and many good projects they had given me. Single-handedly, I used to develop that. I was working with HR, IT, multiple departments across the Bharti group. But still, I think after confidence comes curiosity. Now, you have set a benchmark. Okay, now
Hmm.
obviously curiosity comes. No, now what next? Okay, what is your no, like going forward? What are you going to do? So like if e-learning is over, then what's the next project you are getting? So I think they go hand in hand. Confidence के साथ ही curiosity होती है, and I think
Hmm.
curiosity should never stop. You should be always curious to learn more and explore more. So that
Yeah.
will obviously give you more confidence when you
I
start
think
doing
that's the key mantra of your life, that be a learner throughout,
it.
wherever you are. Even if you have touched the peak of that career, you
Yes.
were in that learning space. So this is a big learning for everyone else who is watching it right now, maybe later also, कि इसी तरह से आप grow करते हो. If you feel I have achieved enough, or I've done enough, and I am at the best of my space, then your growth stops, I suppose. But you were always out of box thinker, क्योंकि
Mhm.
पीक पे तुमने अपना करियर छोड़ा, कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड यू लेफ्ट एट द पीकेस्ट ऑफ योर करियर, you moved towards the grassroots level. You you made another path in your own
Mhm.
space. So how come you moved towards this schooling sector? What made you move towards this side of the professional area, which you had never explored before? You were totally at the different space.
See, Parul, at that time, no, I was struggling with my personal and professional space. So, for that matter, I had to do a lot of traveling, and my daughter was only 5 year old. I was not able to spend much time with her, and I always used to have that kind of guilt feeling, which every woman have when I used to go to a school. I used to see the projects what other moms have made, to feel very guilty that I'm not getting time to make those projects and all. So that I decided, okay, no, I'll do something on my own. And the first project was not a school here. So when I came to Bhopal, it was a construction project. So quality was in my gene. I think blood, you can say, because we were taught quality to deal with processes. So we were always thought that we should focus more on processes rather than people. So if your processes are robust and strong, so the people will automatically tune in to the processes. तो क्या हुआ कि क्वालिटी तो था अंदर पूरा भरा हुआ था, सिक्स सिग्मा ब्लैक बेल्ट भी मिल गया था. No, that was a very good project that I handled there. So, but when I came to Bhopal, the first project was a construction project. So I tried to build in those, like जो भी मैंने किया था लर्न क्वालिटी में एंड ऑल, तो मैं प्रोसेसेस एंड ऑल दोस टूल्स आई अप्लाइड इन द कंस्ट्रक्शन प्रोजेक्ट एंड इट रियली प्रूव टू बी सक्सेसफुल। जो बहुत सी चीजें विदाउट प्रोसेस होती थी वो प्रोसेसेस के साथ होने लगी। And then my, I think preschool was my third venture. So before that, there was one project I started, but that failed. So, but anyways, preschool is a very close to heart subject for me because my mother. So my mother has been an educator. She had her own school. So I've always seen her, like playing with the small kids. I used to go to the school when I used to get free time. So वो मैं अंदर से मुझे बहुत ही अच्छा लगता था and I love to spend time with the children. So this was a passion and I thought let's just start this thing and preschool. And when we started this, no, I realized it's so wonderful to be with those children. No, छोटे बच्चों के साथ time spend करना मुझे अच्छा था. I used to learn so many things from them, and then it gradually became my passion. तो अब तो like लगता है कि वो I should really work in this area. I try to learn and bring in new perspectives. जैसे like your perspective or anyone who was experienced in this area. So I think it's a journey. Yeah.
Absolutely. And people like you who have a vision, first of all, और जो compassionate and sincerity के साथ अपना काम करते हैं, I think education field need more people like you. And it's I'm sure you are handling that space also in an excellent way as you have been doing. So you have built up multiple ventures, whether it was education ho, sports related ho, real estate. You have tried your hand everywhere. So how do you train your mind to think beyond one identity? क्योंकि ये बहुत ही different different streams है. Education is completely a compassionate ground. Corporate world is totally different. Real estate is hardcore, harsh world. So उसमें how do you manage to fit in every space in your own identity? So what is that special mantra of Ritu which you apply in every
Never thought
space?
of any mantra. Actually, it's like challenges. So in the morning when I get up, I prioritize my work, no, whatever is priority. There is like huge. Sometimes there are days when I don't absolutely do nothing. Sometimes there are days, no, when I cannot complete any of the tasks that I've done. So no, like, but still, I have priorities in my mind. When I get up in the morning, I say, okay, this is my priority. So I may be sitting at one office, I may be sitting in school because of many transactions that I handle, but I'm doing the work of multiple offices. So no, it's a back-end process mostly that I'm handling in other projects. So I do that work. It's basically prioritizing your work and a little bit of time management. I think that can be managed. So you always have to be multitaskers, no? Like, and and I enjoy doing that. Sometimes नहीं भी होते हैं deadlines achieve, but ठीक है चलता है, no,
Hmm.
like no, उसका होता है, no, there's always a backup plan. But हाँ, जो चीज प्रायोरिटी पे है, like वो obviously when you're dealing with humans, especially children, so सबसे पहली प्रायोरिटी मेरी स्कूल ही होती है, no, when I go in the morning. So I try to, like when the child is talking to me, I never say okay I'm busy, no, please I'll talk to you after some time. I always acknowledge the child. हर रोज सुबह आके they will ensure that they, come and speak to me. They'll tell stories कि हमने क्या किया था, हम क्या किए थे. So the acknowledgement is very important. So that starts a very positive beginning of my day, and then the day, goes जैसे है वैसे चलता है. But there is no success mantra. Just stick to your priorities, I think, and always look for opportunities where you can improve. So that should be the mantra of life. I mean, you should always
अभी
improve yourself. No, you should never be
अभी तक तो
satisfied.
हमने ओके सो अभी तक तो हमने सारी बात की कि अबाउट योर सक्सेस अबाउट द सक्सेस
Right.
स्टोरी एंड हाउ यू हैव बीन देयर तो दे माइट बी आल्सो फ्यू डेज व्हिच आर नॉट सो गुड एज प्लान्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू योर प्रायोरिटी लिस्ट सो वो बैड डेज जब आते हैं या दोज डेज वेयर यू फील स्टक उन दिनों में हाउ डू यू हैंडल योरसेल्फ
I think, yeah, no, like it's very easy to say that it can be handled, but it becomes tough sometimes, especially when you have personal priorities and professional clashes. Like sometimes I feel very guilty that I am not able to spend that much time with my daughter, which I can spend quality time with her. And but ठीक है, like no, like the idea is you should keep on moving, like you should never stop, and there should be no hurdle. कुछ रोकना नहीं चाहिए आपको कि you have to stop there, and so just keep on growing and learning. and
Hmm.
that's it, I think. एंड गिल्ट फैक्टर जितना कम कर सकते हैं, जैसे मैंने ट्राई किया है अपने लाइफ में थोड़ा सा कि नहीं हो रहा तो इट्स ओके, लीव इट, नो आई एम नॉट एबल टू फोकस ऑन दिस थिंग, ओके आई लीव दिस, स्टॉप दिस एंड आई फोकस ऑन समथिंग एल्स. सो मे बी इफ देयर इज एन एग्जाम लाइक नो जो मेरे को पढ़ाना है नो मेरी डॉटर को, so I just
Hmm.
drop everything else and I just start focusing on her examination. But if she
Hmm.
is not having any exam, no, so I just focus on the work. Maybe I'll sit late in the night or I'll complete the task. So because Parul क्या होता है कि when you are in a leadership kind of a role, no, many people look upon you as a
Look
leader.
up to you. Yes, yes.
Yes, and look and also उनकी जो growth है ना वो भी आप पे depend. So you are very this thing. अभी जैसे school है, no, we are launching a new school. So what we
Hmm.
should launch it at the right time because all the children, the teachers, their growth and their future is dependent on my decision. So no, I feel more responsible. And उस responsibility की वजह से no, maybe I work faster. So I take the
Hmm.
decisions and most of it एक और भी चीज important है कि I try to do most of the things on my own. So I don't have any kind of assistant जो मेरे को कुछ करके देगा. I have if I want to learn a particular application, जैसे if I was looking after accounts of almost all the companies, so I joined a accounting course. No, that was a tally course. I learned it
Yeah,
myself
yeah.
so that I can do it myself. Similarly, most of the things I do it on my own. I never ask for anyone's help on presentations or creating anything, content or anything. So that saves a lot of time. So मुझे लगता है कि मैं खुद करूँ तो ज्यादा बेटर है. No, instead of मैं किसी का ड्राफ्ट किया हुआ वर्जन को चेंज करूँ तो वो थोड़ा टाइम मेरा सेव कर लेता है. So that's like I'm being very honest and no very practical approach I'm telling you. So you should try and learn most of the things and do it on your own.
बट
So
इससे
that
बर्डन नहीं हो जाता ज्यादा कि यू ट्राई टू डू एवरीथिंग बाय ओन एंड
no,
इट्स लाइक
जो
टू
डेलीगेट
मच ऑन
करते
योर
हैं
प्लेट.
ना, नो नो जो डेलीगेट करते हैं जैसे अभी क्या है वो
हम्म.
स्कूल ऑटो मोड में आता है व्हेन यू फर्स्ट ईयर थोड़ा होता है बट नाउ द टीचर्स दे डिसाइड ऑन देयर ओन. सो नो वो मुझे नहीं करना
हम्म.
पड़ता
हम्म.
काम कि आप
हम्म.
क्या इवेंट कराना है कैसे ऑर्गेनाइज कराना है. नेवर गेट इनटू दैट.
हम्म.
I am just invited there. Okay, you
हम्म.
attend this. This is a sports day or this is this function. You attend that. But जो चीज
हम्म.
से करनी होगी जैसे no, you have to draft something or you have to
हम्म.
depend on something, you have to make a presentation. So I don't depend on them. Then no,
हम्म.
it actually saves time. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि
राइट.
when you tell something to someone else and आपको नहीं मिलता वो output, then you will end up doing the same work
डूइंग
again.
इट डबल टाइम वेस्टेड देन.
So that's I think that's the comfort zone that we need to come out. आपको जो भी
हम्म.
है whatever you are delegating, no, I think most of it needs to be delegated. But आपको बहुत सी चीजें जो आप खुद कर सकते हो वो खुद ही करनी चाहिए, no.
हम्म.
So that's like a comfort zone जो आप बोल रहे हो, तो no, like
यस,
उसका
यस.
बाहर निकलने की
तो
बात
आई
है.
कंप्लीटली एग्री ऋतु, जो ये कंफर्ट जोन की तुम जो बात कर रही हो, बिकॉज मेनी पीपल दे फील
Right.
स्टक इन देयर कंफर्ट जोन एंड दे स्टॉप थिंकिंग बिग और ड्रीमिंग बिग. So what's that one thing you would like to suggest or mindset shift they need to make? कि क्या वो ऐसा करना चाहिए कि वो they have that confidence, like you switch so many things. तो ये confidence भी था, वो you said with that confidence you had the curiosity also to move ahead. So क्या
Right.
करना चाहिए जिसके साथ हम अपने comfort zone से बाहर निकलने का courage रख सकें? Because that is the biggest block I face. I see people, they're stuck there and they're comfortable there. By the name
Hmm.
itself, as it says, the comfortable comfort zone means वो एक dangerous zone है, unknown zone है, इसीलिए वहां बैठे हैं. तो what you would like to suggest to
I
people
think
that how they can shift their mindset in that space?
uh, I I always feel मतलब learning and exploring new opportunities. So comfort zone ठीक है, but no, always you should try to explore no new things like no what next. So now I am
Hmm.
planning to close this project, the schools. I call it as a project, but I am just already started thinking about the new project. Okay, what next? Now
Hmm.
I should not sit
Hmm.
idle because now it's on a auto mode. Mostly
Hmm.
the teachers or the new principal can handle that, but I'll become idle after this, no? Because then I'll
Hmm.
not be into transaction. I'll only always be in a management kind of a role for the review
Hmm.
kind of thing.
Hmm.
So what next? So I've already started working on the new projects. I've started planning and all. So I think it's just the inner desire that keeps you moving towards that goal. कि नहीं करना है कुछ तो नया करना ही है, you know. एंड
Hmm.
बहुत सारे फेलियर्स भी मिलते हैं पागल, वो ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे हर
Hmm.
प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल हुआ है. सो आई
Hmm.
हैव many projects that have failed actually, but I've learned from them. So that's the
Hmm.
thing. And I think one thing is you should never sit idle. So no, I am scared of
Hmm.
sitting idle most of the time. So except for the holidays, that I am scared to sit idle. So that's
Hmm.
that's how I seek new challenges and move towards new projects.
So the ball should be rolling always.
That should.
Yes, absolutely. It's very important. So this is one, I think, a um, big approach you have given, that you should never stay stagnant, because obviously stagnant water is the most harmful one. Now, coming to this important thing which you mentioned, that as a mother, where
Hmm.
balancing the two, you felt little guilty in that space. And how did you manage that? That, as you mentioned about that guilt, being a mom, not able to pay 100% attention to the kids at home. So,
So,
how did you balance that?
as women, we are multitaskers. Since childhood, we've been taught कि आपको सब काम करने हैं, घर के भी काम करने हैं, बाहर के भी करने हैं, to study also. पता नहीं एक natural tendency होती है females में कि no, they are multitaskers. उस चक्कर में क्या होता है, when they grow up and when they have become mothers, they get more responsible. तो they try to be perfect. उनको हर चीज परफेक्शन चाहिए. मेरे को अपने बच्चे के लिए बहुत अच्छी रेसिपी भी बनानी है, उनको उसको टिफिन भी लगाना है, उसको पढ़ाना भी है, उसको प्रोजेक्ट में भी आई हैव टू मेक द बेस्ट प्रोजेक्ट इन द वर्ल्ड. नो ऊपर से आई हैव माय प्रायोरिटीज एट वर्क. आई हैव टू लाइक देयर इज अ डेडलाइन व्हिच आई हैव टू मीट. सो ये जो परफेक्शन के चक्कर में ना आप इधर तो गिल्ट ज्यादा आता है. आपका काम तो कुछ होता
Hmm.
नहीं है, बट गिल्ट फैक्टर आता है कि एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वी फील कि कुछ नहीं हुआ आज, तो नो आज का दिन वेस्ट हुआ. नो सो आई वुड
Hmm.
एडवाइस एवरी आई थिंक फीमेल, पहले तो ये छोड़ो परफेक्शन वाला जो है, इट्स अ मिथ. सो नो लाइक
I know.
नहीं हुआ काम, लीव इट. But don't make it a cause of a depression ki no kahi I have seen many females going into depression ki main ye bhi nahi kar pa rahi, wo bhi nahi kar pa rahi. And some homemakers also, they are so good in their own areas, but they have that kind of depression ki okay मैं no I'm educated, I've got this qualification, but still I'm not able to work. And no
Hmm.
uh, well, maybe you're doing better, so the grass is always greener on this other side.
Or the
So
other side, absolutely.
तो
Hmm.
उसमें I would just tell them whatever you are doing, do your best. I have struggled as a mother. Initially मुझे बहुत बुरा लगता था जब मैं अपने डॉटर के नो प्रोजेक्ट्स नहीं बना पाती थी, नो आई नेवर यूज्ड टू गिव टाइम, बट ग्रेजुअली आई समहाउ मैनेज दैट दोनों एस्पेक्ट्स करके कि आई गिव टाइम कि मुझे अब आधा घंटा एक घंटा आई हैव टू सिट विद माय चिल्ड्रन and just spend quality time with them. That's the rule. So I think I have stopped. अगर नहीं हुआ कुछ, okay, nahi, I have not been able to cook something good for them, it's okay. Maybe one week, after one week I'll be able to do that. So but now my priority is no, I have to do something important, like I have to focus on this promotion of the school or something else. So that's how I'm dealing with it, but it's a very
Yes.
emotional thing. Actually, most of the females, they go through the same phase most of the times. So stop being guilty. That's what I tell all the females. So whatever
Yes.
is best, like whatever is offered on your plate, deliver. Try to deliver that, and instead of grabbing ये भी करूँ, वो भी करूँ. So don't
इट्स
try to be.
आई थिंक इट्स ऑल्सो द पर्सपेक्टिव, कि जिस तरह से हम अपने आप को सोचेंगे, दिखाएंगे, वही चीज हमको रियलिटी में लगने लगती है. एंड द मोर यू डीपली गेट इनटू इट, यू फील बैड अबाउट इट. Now, Ritu, one more thing before we end today. It's so interesting. I don't feel like that we should come to an end with this podcast. But yes, एक चीज before we leave, I would like you to also highlight that you mentioned that all my projects were initially not successful. You had your own failures there. So, any moment where things didn't go as per your plan, did you learn the lessons your hard way, or did you also shape up that courage of yours in a different way when you experienced uncertainties or failures?
Oh yes, very much. I because every venture comes up with the no uncertain this thing. So from security zone, when you move towards no uncertainty. So maybe I was very secure at my job. No, like I was getting a monthly salary on time, and I was no, like I was enjoying my life, and then I moved from that secure zone to uncertainty. where I started something on my own, and I was responsible for many other, no, the employees of my team. So no, that always, no, it was a kind of this thing. No, but sorry, Parul, getting back to your question, what was the question that you asked? I was
No,
connected.
absolutely okay.
Yeah.
I just asked कि your failures also might have
Hmm.
given you that
Correct, correct.
courage
Yeah.
and might have you might have also got that कि इससे तुमने क्या सीखा तुम्हारे जितने भी failures और uncertainties थी
हाँ,
लाइफ
एक मुझे जैसे मैंने अपना जॉब का प्रोफाइल बताया था, काफी ज्यादा मेरे
में.
प्रोजेक्ट्स जब इनिशियली नो क्रिटिसाइज हुए, आई आई
Hmm.
took it took them as a challenge and I started working towards that. So I've always
Hmm.
done that. अगर एक venture हुआ है, there are many businesses which I tried to, which are not there now, but
Hmm.
हमने try किया, and due to certain reasons, maybe financial constraints or any other reasons, we had to stop that project. So all the hard work was a waste at that point of time. But ठीक है,
Hmm.
उस टाइम बुरा तो लगता है, obviously we are humans, no, like, so बुरा लगता है, but that doesn't stop. Now I'll just tell you one example. We were supposed to start the new school, I think 2 years like back, no, like it was supposed to be launched in 2022, but because the corona thing, it got delayed, and that was a
Hmm.
cause of frustration now for me, because I was
Hmm.
running a school in a small space, and there was no space for the children to sit. So that was a real cause of frustration for me कि मैं क्या करूँ अब now, because the entire project has got delayed, and we were getting
Hmm.
admissions, but there was no space for the children to
Hmm.
sit. So but eventually now we are launching it. So it
Hmm.
takes time, but हो जाता है, I think. उसको give up नहीं करना चाहिए मुझे, मैं तो ये लगता है कि
Hmm.
कुछ fail भी हो जाता है, so don't give up. I think the best you can learn is from failures and mistakes. So
Hmm.
never treat failures as the end. It's a
Hmm.
beginning of your new journey, I feel. And there's a lot of learning around failures also. आप फेल होते
Hmm.
हो तो उससे बहुत ज्यादा आपको लर्न करने की मिलता है, so that you should not repeat the same mistakes again. So
Hmm.
failure is not the end of the journey. It's the
Hmm.
beginning of any new
It's a
journey,
beginning.
like, and it's built upon failures only. So
Absolutely.
अब
So
जब
journey is always more important than your destination.
So failure is never
Yes.
a destination. It's like it's a part of the journey that no, you are trying to achieve something, so it's a part of the journey. You know?
Yes, Ritu. This conversation has been so inspiring. ऊपर नीचे जितना भी तुम्हारा ग्राफ गया, but you have always stayed steady, and I suppose being a learner has always been your plus point, and because of which you have continuously worked hard and harder and harder. Now, before we end, something which you would like to just suggest the viewers who are watching you right now and maybe later, that what is that one thing you would like them to keep with themselves once they listen to you in your podcast? Something you would like to share with them.
Which I tell my staff in office or my teachers is never stop learning and never stop growing. Position, anything, you should never stop that. There's a delay. Yes.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear you now.
So
Sorry,
that
I
is
missed your last line, Ritu. You said something, there was a
So
lapse
I
in
think
between.
you should never stop at something. You should always keep growing and keep learning. So that mantra should always be there. So never sit idle, and just whatever is your position or whatever is your age, I think there's always something good to learn. So even if you have a area which you were not able to explore when you were a child or when you grew up, so you can always do that more now. So you can learn music, you can learn any art form which you have not got time to invest the time, जिसमें आपको नहीं इतना टाइम मिला कि आप कर पाओ कुछ, तो वो आप हमेशा कर सकते हो. Always try to learn new things and keep growing. That is the only
That
very
keeps you
simple
young
message.
also, I suppose. वो
Yes.
एक स्टूडेंट टाइप फीलिंग हमेशा बनी रहती है that you are always on toes.
आपका माइंड एक्टिव
Excitement
रहता
is
है,
on.
तो वो
Yes.
आप वो रहते हो, फिर आपको वो यू डोंट फील दैट टायर्डनेस आल्सो कि आप जब कि मेरे को
Hmm.
बहुत थकान हो रही है काइंड ऑफ थिंग, सो यू आर ऑलवेज
Yeah,
एक्टिव.
yeah.
तो आप नो लाइक यू डोंट फील कि आप कुछ हो रहा है, नो, दैट्स द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ इट, आई थिंक. या.
Thank you so much, Ritu. It was fantastic talking to you. And I'm sure the viewers have also taken the basic crux of the whole conversation. So, if there's one thing this conversation proves, It's this, that you don't need permission to reinvent yourself. As Ritu said, be a learner and keep on in, imbibing new hobbies and activities as much as you can. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need flawless plans. You just
Hmm.
need the courage to believe that you are capable of more. So, Ritu's journey is a reminder that the moment you stop fitting into boxes, you start building your own path. So, if something inside you has been whispering that there's more, don't ignore it. Maybe this isn't just an episode you listen to, maybe this is the sign you were waiting for. So, if today's conversation sparks something within you, take it as a sign. Your next chapter is waiting for you to trust. You just need to trust yourself for it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ritu. It was great talking to you. And thank you, viewers, for listening. And we'll see you soon in our upcoming next podcast of Good Vibes Within. Till then, as Ritu says, keep growing and keep glowing. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.